Welcome to the Moon Tribe podcast. I'm Simona Shimanovic, your host. I'm here to inspire heart-led entrepreneurs and conscious leaders to follow their purpose and create a life of freedom, wealth, and magic. Welcome back, tribe. We are in my birthday week. My birthday is coming up tomorrow, and we are in Capricorn season. So the sun is now in the later degrees of Capricorn, and we also have at the moment Mars really powering up this Capricorn energy. And Mars is exalted in Capricorn, so it really gives us a great drive and great stamina and great ability to move forward. So use this wisely in these coming weeks. We also have Mercury and Venus, so there's a lot of emphasis on Capricorn energy. I've been sharing more with you last week about the theme of Capricorn, so you can go back to the previous episode if you've missed it. Today, I want to really look at this energy of Capricorn that can help us in creating a new paradigm as conscious leaders. So it's a big theme, and I feel it's a very important theme in these times that we are moving through. Next week, we're going to have one of the most important events astrologically of the year, which is that the planet Pluto is going to be leaving Capricorn and moving into Aquarius. And that will really bring us a huge shift in energy. You probably have heard of the age of Aquarius. I will be speaking much more about it in the next weeks, but it's about really shifting into this new paradigm. And what I'm very interested in and what I would love to invite you in, you might be already aligned if you are listening to this, is how can we as conscious leaders actually bring this change and bring this new paradigm. For me, it's about really living and really embodying this beautiful saying of Mahatma Gandhi, which is, be the change you want to see in the world. So how can we be the change instead of waiting for others to bring the change, right? I feel there's a big step now about empowering ourselves as conscious leaders. As in the last years, we've already seen so many of the old structures and the old hierarchies and the old systems that we trusted in. They are really not working anymore, right? And they are starting to fall apart. So we're going now also through this time of this kind of demolition of the old, while we are birthing the new and while the consciousness is rising on the planet. So how can we be part of the change as conscious leaders and also bring the change and birth the change into the world? So Capricorn energy can help us with this, because Capricorn as an earth sign, it's about manifesting into the 3D. It's about manifesting our ideas and actually creating them into the reality. So it's about laying foundations, creating structures for the long term. And I believe this is something that is really needed now in these coming years, because we're going to need new systems. For example, how will the economy look like? Are we going to use money? How is money going to look like? How are we going to pay for things? Is it going to be digital? How can it be decentralized? How can it be empowering people and liberating people? There's so many questions, but we are all bringing answers and bringing solutions, also with healing technologies and helping people heal and supporting them on their spiritual path. So there will be a lot of new energy and new ideas needed. And I believe that if you're listening to this, you are already feeling the call and you're part of the tribe. And we have literally come to the planet in this time maybe as a star seed or another type of light worker, we are here now and we are being activated, right, to bring all these new things. So I feel very excited about it. It's like, this is the time. So there's a few things I want to talk about today about creating this new paradigm. So first of all, I feel what we need to do is to look at success. And what does actually success mean? And how can we redefine success in this new world? Because I believe the current programming around success, which is like conditioning from, when we've grown up or what we have experienced in society or in the media, this image of what does success look like, I don't feel that is really helpful anymore. And success is also kind of being packaged and sold to us as part of this consumerist idea. So I feel we really need to go beyond that, because that will help us create a clearer compass in our lives to living our purpose. What do we actually want to achieve? Where are we going? And what is success for you? Yeah, so I feel that it's an important question to think about. What is success for you, especially as an entrepreneur, right? Because, for example, if you are creating a business that is earning a lot of money, but your health is really suffering, your relationships are not working, you're feeling burnt out, that's a little bit in the old definition of success. That would be still successful, but is it really? So I feel understanding this much more holistic understanding of success, of wealth, but what is also true wealth is including our health, is including the, health of our planet, health of our relationships, a healthy contribution, and so on. And that then really goes back to like, how do you want to build your business? How does your ideal day look like? And then also asking like, what is failure? Is failure sometimes just a detour to success, right? So contemplating this idea of success, I think, is really important, and not taking for granted what you might have learned so far, especially as an entrepreneur. Because one thing I have also learned about being in business is that the path of entrepreneurship is 100% non-linear. So it's not a straight line from A to B. Success is not a straight line, but it's a complete roller coaster of going in many directions and then somehow landing in point B. So one thing I feel is so important to recognize is that we need to start to enjoy the journey. Instead of just wanting to be there, which our mind wants. Our mind always wants to be already at the goal, right? But when you're at the goal, there's going to be another goal. And then you actually never get to really enjoy your life. So it is so important to understand that the process, there's value in the process, there's value in the journey, all the lessons, all the growth. And how much fun can you have? How much can you enjoy the journey instead of just focusing on where you want to be? So I think that is also for me real success, enjoying the journey. Then another thing that I think is important when we are creating a conscious business is integrity. So that is connected to the Capricorn theme, and Saturn, which is the ruling planet of Capricorn, is said to be the Lord of Karma. We will reap what we have sown. And in my point of view, what I can see in the business world nowadays, this old way of doing business, it feels very broken. I think there's so much corruption. And there's so much behavior that is out of integrity, which has gotten us to a place that is really toxic, I feel, in the business world. And that's why I think we can really bring in a new way of doing business. Because in my point of view, there's nothing wrong with business, right? It's not about that businesses are bad, but it's about what are the values, what are the choices we make in a business. And I think that integrity is really an important, maybe not so sexy, but very important way of being really aligned. So it is actually very sexy, I think, because it brings a lot of clarity. I always think it's like, if you have a spiritual practice, how are you going to live it in your business? That's like the real test, right? Can you live your values of spirituality in every aspect of your life, including your business? How do you communicate? Which choices do you make? Etc., etc. So it's a whole thing, right? So it's a very applied spirituality in a way. And for me, this will help create this new way of doing business where businesses are actually creating positive impact. They are part of making a difference in the world. They are part of a positive contribution. And this will help us then as we shift into this new earth reality. And I always say, if you've been in my world for some time, the world needs conscious leaders now more than ever. If you look around in the world, what's going on, like, we are so needed, right? So that's why, please, empower yourself to step up, because if we don't, someone else will. And that's where we are at right now. And it's not a good state, in my opinion. So the next piece I want to talk about is about leaving a legacy, which is also very much connected to this energy of Capricorn. What are you building for the long term? What are you building that is maybe still going to stand when you are not anymore in this physical body? What is your legacy? What is your bigger legacy in the world? So Capricorn goes on this higher perspective of your life and really asks these big questions. What's your contribution to the whole, to society? Are you going to leave the world a better place through your life? These are the big questions. But I feel when we have clarity on these big questions, it really becomes a compass in your life. We're not just like wandering around, scrolling, being distracted, but you have a mission. You're on fire. You are going. And even if things are happening, sometimes you get thrown off, but then you come back and you know your mission, you know your purpose. So this is very powerful, in my opinion, and something also I'm really focusing on with my clients, because when we have this sorted, then a lot of the other things just fall into place, because your energy is so aligned and becomes really magnetic, actually. So it's about your mission. If you're in business, go back and look at your mission. What is your mission? Why are you in business? Why does it matter? How is this business gonna create a difference? How is it creating a lasting and a positive impact? How is it helping people? How is it creating some kind of positive shift? And I'm saying this because I believe as light workers, our mission is often connected to this. And you can see this in the biggest and widest sense. So maybe you are an artist and you're creating a beautiful piece of jewelry that is so aesthetic and so beautiful. So it is making the world a better place. It is making everyone who is wearing it feel uplifted. Okay, so see it in this bigger context. Because I believe that as light workers, and that's also, Moon Tribe, we are this tribe, this global tribe around the world. We are this powerful community. And we are here to raise consciousness on the planet. So I believe that together, if you can see yourself as part of a bigger movement, of a conscious movement, together we create a wave of positive change on the planet. So how exciting is that? So go out, do the thing, make it happen. The Capricorn energy is really helping us right now. Have fun with it. I'll see you next week. And meanwhile, please remember to share your magic. I have something special for my sisters who are listening. I'd love to invite you to my community for conscious women, Moon Tribe Circle. This is for you if you're curious to learn more about working with the moon and how to set your new moon intentions. Once a month, I host a beautiful ritual under the new moon where I explain more about the astrology and the cosmic energies. We come together online with sisters from all over the world to share in the circle and set our intentions together. And doing this in a group is, of course, much more powerful as we create a vortex together. And it's magical to see how this really works because many of our intentions manifest very soon by the full moon. So if you'd like to join us, you can find out more in the link in the show notes. I'll pop it down there. And you can get a taste and try your first month for the half price with the code Moon Magic. I'd love to see you in our next circle. Thank you for listening to the Moon Tribe podcast with me, Simona Shimanovic. I'd love to share my free abundance meditation with you. Go to simonashimanovic.com and join the tribe.